It's an array of possibilities. It's stars in the sky. And at this point, it doesn't matter which one you touch. Claudia Ramirez, empowering you to become the optimal leader of your life. Let's turn on the Mindset Mic. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 32 of Mindset Mic, where we're going to talk about befriending the 5-year you. Let me tell you, I've heard this twice already because I recorded it the first time and did not hit record. And I was like halfway through my story, all into it. And then I realized, oh my goodness. So here we are. I'm still really excited to share this with you because first of all, it is my first time recording in New York, so I hope the acoustics are fine. I don't have the soundproofing system that I had in the UK, but I'm so excited because back here, if you're watching on YouTube, I have this frame that my friend Jules made for me, and she gifted me right before I left. And if you're listening, I'll describe it to you. It is the cover it's a screenshot of Mindset Mike on Spotify, and she added live from NYC. And it's so awesome because a few days before that, I had added the podcast to Times Square on my vision board, and I was just like full circle. I cried so much when she gave it to me. And so, welcome. We are live from NYC as of this moment, not whenever you're listening. But I'm so, so happy because today I really want to talk to you about, once again, befriending the 5-year you. Where could you be in 5 years? How could this look like for you? How can you get there? Despite of whatever is going on, I'm so passionate about this topic because I recently had a major revelation when I was packing. As you know, for me, packing is my thing. If I didn't have a mindset coaching business, let me tell you, I would have an organizing or packing business. I am so good at it. So good. I enjoy it. It's my therapy. It's like not even a task. It's happiness for me, where my thoughts and my ideas and just like a lot of reflection and clarity comes through. And so New York is city number 11. I was like, this is so exciting. I'm going to live in Manhattan. I'm going to run at Central Park every single day. I'm right next to the area and it's just going to be a blast. And so I'm just like folding my life away into suitcases. I had this moment of, oh my gosh, this is like a revolutionary 5-year mark for me. And I wanted to share this with you because I hear a lot of people talk about the 5-year you. I talk about this too. I'm not even lying. I talk about this because I believe in it and I've experienced it. Like the 5-year you, borrow confidence from the 5-year you, embody it, be it, do it. Where could you be in 5 years? Start now. In 5 years, you wish you started today. All those things. You know exactly what I'm talking about. However, when we are in a position of my reality absolutely stinks. What am I doing? What is it? My day to day, like, no. And it becomes difficult. It becomes difficult to envision what that could be. And so I want you to walk away today. I'm going to tell you a few experiences in hopes and just honestly from the heart, hoping that it helps you develop the confidence and the belief and the courage to go for it and to know that this could also be for you. Because when I share this with you, believe me, I am not an exception. I am not special in any way. I just love to see how far I can take this. Hashtag, let's see how far I can take this and just live in my purpose and just believe that the universe and God are taking care of me and I just do things. So I know that you can do this as well. So I'm like folding my clothes away, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm moving to my dream city, which is exactly what I told my dad, but I'll get back to you in a second about that. Let's go back to my running and how I realized that the 5-year really has a meaning in your life. So I'm about 23 years old and 23, 24, 23. And I'm on a podium. It's like one of my last competition, my last race. And I'm on the podium. It was like, blood, sweat, and tears to get there. And I realized, oh my gosh, I accomplished everything I wanted. I have a scholarship. I won championships with my team. I was an academic All-American. And 5 years ago, I was the girl who walked on without a scholarship, injured, and got kicked off a team but had hopes and a belief, an unbreakable belief that she could be the best that she could be in sports and contribute to a team and being one of the best athletes in the country. And I accomplished that in a way. And I remember thinking it was on the podium, and it's obviously like a blur, right? Like, first of all, you're exhausted after running a 5K. And it was kind of like a blur. And I remember thinking, if I've done it once, I can do it again. And also, what makes me think that I am the only person who's had wild dreams that don't make sense on paper and wants to accomplish them? And at the time, I had been in personal development for 6 years, and I really, really wanted, no, 6 years, about, my math is failing me at the moment, like 5. And I wanted to make personal development and mindset my career. So here we are. And so, how this plays a role is absolutely astounding, because if we start today, something very miraculous can happen in our life. And sometimes we're like little ducks. We're just paddling and paddling and paddling. My mom tells me all the time, when she sees me going and going and going and going, not seeing results, and she's like, Claudia, remember, you're a little duck. You're just paddling, 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 and you're not seeing results. On the surface, it doesn't look like anything's happening, but you're moving. And whenever you look back, you've come a long way. She tells me this time and time again. And I love my mom. She's like the one who I call, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, Mom. She's my voice. She's like my mirror. She's my spiritual mirror. That's my mother for you. And oh God, I talk about my mother and then I want to cry because she's amazing. So get it together, Claudia. Get it together. Okay, we're together. All right. So let's talk about now. And bear with me because this is going to apply to you, but I need to make a point here. 5 years ago, I had never been overseas. I was born in Mexico. I've been to the US, obviously grew up there. I've been to Canada, but nowhere else because I've dedicated my entire life to running. So I wasn't well traveled, and I was teaching. I was overworked and underpaid because I was working like 70 hours a day, and as a teacher and a coach. And I was in an abusive relationship where I just wasn't happy, and I was talked down, and I was called all sorts of things. And I was really, really like, beaten to the ground. And I had lost a little faith in myself. I had lost a little confidence. I had lost sight of where I could go. It was still there. I still believed it. I still had hope, but I just didn't know how it could happen. To be completely, completely honest, all I was hoping was that I could figure out a way to get out of the relationship that I was in, if I can be fully, fully honest with you. So I have an opportunity to go on business to Dubai, and I have this meeting to go to. And so I go and I pretend that I know what Dubai is, but I look at it on the map and I was like, wow, that's kind of far away. It's going to be a long flight. So we go. And the moment that I'm there, I was completely wowed by the energy of the city. I've never seen anything like this, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It transformed my mind. And I remember having crepes. I was having a crepe at, it was a strawberry and Nutella crepe at Yalse at the beach in JBR, Jumeirah Beach residence in Dubai. And I could see how they were finishing the construction of Ain Dubai, the Ferris wheel, which I later lived almost right in front of. And just thinking, this is where I belong. I love this place. And I just had this sense of transformation of, you're going to figure it out. You're going to get out of where you are, and you're going to just figure it out, Claudia. That was 5 years ago. That was in 2019. In November of 2020, I decided to move to Dubai. I was cooking in my kitchen, and I heard a voice in my ear saying, move to Dubai. And I kind of looked at it and said, really? Me? And then I thought, whoa, that is not what you ever think about yourself. This is not who you are, because you've had a year and a half of transformation again. And so I made myself move there. I told my parents, and I said, I'm moving to Dubai. And they said, amazing. You can do anything you set your mind to. My parents believe in me. They know I'm absolute weirdo who just will go for the stars. And I was like, I don't think they believe me. So I started selling my furniture. And that's how I convinced myself to move to Dubai. And I moved in with my parents. I quit my job, moved in with my parents for 2 months. That turned into 7 because I couldn't find a place to live because prices had quadrupled where I wanted to live. And I wasn't going to settle for anything less than what I wanted. And so then I ended up moving to Dubai March of 2022. And I lived in the heart of the Dubai Marina, exactly where I wanted to live. And I had everything within reach. I didn't need a car. I had the best life. I recorded my courses. I had amazing friends. I met the love of my life that was not part of the plan. And I'm so thankful to the universe. That is a whole other rom-com story within itself. And of course, it was him coming to Dubai and me coming to London. Because the sandstorms were getting the best of me in London, in Dubai, I decided to come to London. And at the end of the year, 2022, I realized that living in London was part of my goals because I always recap my goals and I think about what is it that I have accomplished. And this was one of them. So I was like, oh, wow, okay, check. And then we decided in one car ride to move to Manhattan. And here we are. And it's not until now, oh God, I'm going to get emotional, that I'm like, 5 years ago, you were in an abusive relationship, in a job that you just couldn't get out of, couldn't wait to get out of, and completely settling, going to Chipotle 3 times a week, not taking care of your body because you were just exhausted from work, and not finding a way out, despite the personal development. And today, life looks different. I'm so thankful. And it's night and day, and it doesn't make sense on paper. I don't know Claudia from 5 years ago, but I love her and respect her. And when I think about her, all I can do is want to hug her. And I share this with you. Please excuse my emotionalness right now. Because when I see you, when I think about you, when I create for you, when I coach you, I think of where you can be in 5 years if you believe in yourself today. I was talking to my friend Annette. She came to visit London from Copenhagen. And I had the beautiful pleasure of sitting down with her for coffee and a meal the day before I came, 2 days before I came. And she was talking about how maybe the 5-year you isn't even real. Because in reality, if you take action on what you seek, you can become that person from 5 years now, today. And I know, yes, because I told my dad asked me, what do you want to do after Dubai? And I said, well, I want to go to Dubai for 3 years. And then I want to live in Manhattan. And he's like, not Texas anymore. And I said, no, I'm done with Texas. I think I want to live in a big city. And my parents were like, honestly, we see you in a really big metropolitan area. We see you in Boston. We see you in Manhattan, in like those big cities. Like, that's you. And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. And so whenever, JPH and I decide to move to Manhattan, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think that my next US city was going to be this. It was just like, yeah, let's do this. And then I realized, oh my gosh, it's exactly what I said it was going to be. I didn't do this alone. I did not do this alone. I have a teammate. But at the same time, it was my dream. And it's beautiful because I realized that it didn't take 5 years from moving to Dubai or 3 years for me to come back. It took less. And I had a detour that was even more beautiful than what I thought. So what happens if we create an idea of where we want to be, on who we want to become, And you know this when I talk about writing down your goals. I don't tell you write down 3 goals. I say write down 101. I have like 150 because getting to 10 is hard. So whenever you create this whole gallery of what you wish and seek to become, have, and achieve, all of a sudden, it's not just this obsessed one times one times one, like one by one journey. It's an array of possibilities. It's stars in the sky. And at this point, it doesn't matter which one you touch, but you're touching them. You're reaching them. And one star can lead you to another and another and another. And you create your own little, what are those called? The little constellation. You create your constellation by reaching for your own stars. Don't focus on one. Yeah, sure, focus on one tomorrow. But think of all of them. Have them in your subconscious mind. Be them, live them, believe them. Goodness, I cannot tell you the amount of nonsense that I went through that my coaches didn't know, that my teammates didn't know, that my parents didn't know when I was striving to be an athlete on a scholarship with a championship ring on her finger, who was an All-American, which, by the way, I wasn't an All-American, academic All-American. Life surprised me by saying, hey, you weren't one of the best athletes in the country, but you're one of the best student athletes, particularly one of the top 0.03% in the country. Amazing. God gave me what I was good at, school and sports. But life is going to use whatever it is that you're good at, whatever it is that you thrive at, to give you what you seek. It doesn't have to be exactly what you envision, but at the same time, it's going to empower you and it's going to help you believe in even more that is ahead, which is the same exact moment that I had whenever I was on the podium and I thought, what now, right? What now is this. And so for me, it's so exciting because we're talking about what we would like to be in 5 years. And I'm like, it's gonna be amazing. Because if I think that's what's gonna happen, I know that because I'm putting in the work, because I believe, because, oh, good grief, you cannot convince me that it's not gonna happen. It's gonna be even better than that. And you can be the same. Listen, I don't know what is happening in your life. I don't know where you work. I don't know who's around you. I don't know what you've been through. But I know, believe me, that you can change your life at any given moment. Befriend the 5-year you. Many times we think of these, oh, the 5-year you and the 5-year you. I mean, it is overused. I don't think that, not overused, but it's not explained very well. Because it could feel far-fetched. It could feel intimidating. It could feel like, must be nice for everybody else, but not me. But I believe that it can be for you the moment that you decide that it can be. Do not shy away from what your heart is telling you that you can be. Do not run away and turn away from where your gut is telling you to go. Listen. Listen. Energy is real. Energy is powerful. You're being guided every single day. I went on a run with JPH and my friend Alex. He is a real estate mogul in New York City. And I find him very, very inspirational as well. And he loves running. So we went on this run. And he said something about people almost just being like walking ghosts or walking spirits, and they're not real until you touch them. They're not real until you decide that they are. And I'm kind of paraphrasing this because he said it in a very beautiful way. And we were crossing this beautiful bridge. And so he's saying this, and I'm just having this like wow moment in my head. And I think that experiences are the same. Things can happen in your life, but they're not real until you decide that they affect you. Things can happen, words can be said, but they're not real until you decide to give them a meaning. And when we protect ourselves in that way, it can be very beautiful because you're basically like butter. You're allowing the good things to come in and the not so helpful things to just slide off, just rub off. Which we will talk about the subconscious mind and how it works with your conscious and how we can really alter that and shape that. I can just go deep into this. I love the subconscious mind and talking about mammalian brain and everything. But right now, just talking about the 5-year you, very simple. Think about what will the 5-year me tolerate and deal with and put up with and accept and want to experience. And if the 5-year you wouldn't, then don't. And if the 5-year you would, then do. If you are convinced that in 5 years you will develop enough confidence to run a marathon, you better do it this year. And if you believe that the 5-year you could walk on stages and speak very confidently or pitch their idea to investors or walk into a date feeling confident and their best self, you do that today. Don't wait in 5 years because we're waiting for things to happen. I was talking to a friend about we date people's potential. We need to date their reality. And that's a whole different conversation, which we will talk about later as well. But for me, it's like stop thinking about the 5-year you, the new year you, the new year, new me, who I'll be in 5 years and 2 years. And, because then things don't change. Do it now. Get that courage now. And it might be scary. It might be uncomfortable. It might be like, oof, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. But at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. That's what I want to leave you with. Befriend the 5-year you. Become their best friend. If you're lonely for a while, then so be it. Until you find people who are also best friends with the 5-year them. Who are embodying it in their day-to-day. Who are empowering you to be so and do so. And believe wholeheartedly that you can do this. Wake up every single day and say, I am very happy and very thankful because. I am very happy and very thankful because. I am very happy and very thankful because. And fill in the blank. Why are you happy and why are you thankful for something? And what is that? Allow your subconscious mind to adopt it. I've done it with being the best athlete that I could be. I've done it with, you better believe that I'm like, I am very happy and very thankful because I speak on stages with 25,000 people and what God has put in my heart makes a difference. I am very happy and very thankful because I am somebody who is living in her purpose and is inspiring others to do the same. I am very happy, and you just go on and on and on and on. Believe it. And it's going to be possible. Thank you so much for being with me today. As you know, I get a little emotional sometimes with these topics because I genuinely care. And just like you are working to do things and be things and achieve things, so am I. So we are experiencing similar things in life, a similar reality of not not acknowledging the present and being grateful for the present, but also believing of what is ahead and being thankful for it and just living in our purpose. Our next episode number 33, is going to be a mindset Q&A. I've never done anything like this, but I would love for you to DM me your questions. Let me know what it is that you want me to answer with mindset. You can talk about confidence. You can talk about self-awareness, self-belief, any obstacles that you have going on. Send them over and I will answer them to the best of my abilities. I'll try to get to as many as I possibly can here on the podcast for you to get some benefit from them, and perhaps other people as well who could relate to your question. But as always, I love you. I am so proud of you. Keep being the optimal leader of your life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.